It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Giants and the Silver and Black. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada and Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles.
The veteran kicker Graham Gano puts it on the tee. And off we go from Vegas. To return, Tyreek McAllister. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
Only a gain of 1 on the game's opening play. They'll stick with him again. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
From the gun on third down, Smith. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
I think it's so critical to start the game fast. I mean, you hear every coach and player harp on it in their press interviews and in their conferences. It's something that everybody stresses, but it's easier said than done. So I think for them to come out and face an early third down and be able to pick up a first and extend this possession, I think it goes a long way towards everybody on that sideline and in that huddle just taking a deep breath.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. From the shotgun, Smith. That's caught. It's the Bowers. Here's a 2nd and 12. Here's a run going left. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They motion the slot man left. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. This is incomplete, but there is a flag, scrimmage, and this could be a first down. From the gun, it's Gino. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And complete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. They'll go play action. It's Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders' field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell, and what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Here Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think their sideline celebrated just a little prematurely because if you look closer, Mike, it's pretty clear. The receiver did not possess the ball while having both feet in bounds. Missed opportunity there, incomplete.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to run. And he will have a Giants first down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Handoff here, up the middle, and the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. Here's McAllister to return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Raiders offense ready now for their second drive. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Now, Gino. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Smith. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Outside of turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Drive will start on the ground, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5. He'll look to throw. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he left side of the formation in the slot, the way across the field to the 3rd. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Credit to the big guys up front.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Back to the ground after the penalty. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a field goal apiece here in that first quarter. All even, 3 apiece, the score. And we're back in Vegas after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. He'll work forward couple. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man, left side, he's got it. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, so replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. The kick is good, and the Giants take a 10-3 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return is Dylan Laube. and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one, and they'll start 1st and 10. Begin here on the ground. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers.
You just can't defend a pass much better than that, Mike. And the way they teach these defenders is attack the receiver's hand with your hands. That's the catch point that you want to disrupt, and makes a really nice play on the ball, and he's able to knock it out of bounds.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. That's Dexter Lawrence in for the tackle. Third and 9. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's caught. Left side. It's complete.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So, a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. In motion is Myers. On 1st and 10, here's Smith. Going to get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Now run for the first time for the veteran Raheem Mostert.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. Gino to throw. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical. Those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up. They've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Smith to throw on 1st and 10. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, Smith. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here. Backed up deep in the... It's 1st and 10. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
First rule of backed-up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. He'll try to hit him with a screen, and they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. He's got a 1st down inside the 45. They'll get a new set of downs. It's a gain of 19.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. You've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And the defense unrelenting, a third consecutive sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So on fourth down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. He runs with it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Smith. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Here comes 3rd and 6. In motion is Myers. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the Raiders. Here's Smith-Marset, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw on the move is caught. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll throw out of the gun. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. That's 17 yards, and that's a 1st down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this 1st half as this one is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now, Gino. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this 1st half.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The 2nd half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And third down coming up.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
Really nice job here in the second half for this defense to come out and make a play. That last sack's going to go a long way to getting off the field, getting the offense the ball back, and see if they can chip away.
The Giants sending out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. A second down throw for Smith. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, Vegas.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Here's first and 10. To throw, it's Smith. That's caught left side by Bowers. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Smith to throw on first down. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
Throwing on second down, Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. Eric Gray to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now give on the ground. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Back to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Raiders offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2. And it's 3rd down. Play action now. It's Geno. He'll try and get there on the ground. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 36 yards.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's up the first down and some.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Up the middle they go. And a nice run. He's got a first down tackle made right at the 35-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Geno. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And the Giants are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Second and 7. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Slayton is the man in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself. but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Giants sending out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Raiders offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Kayvon Thibodeau, former 5th overall pick, in there to drop him.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
And he'll work this out to the 23. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. Third and long. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They need one right now. Third and long. They'll try to set up the screen here. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a 1st down.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
They'll stick with him again. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Smith. He'll try to run for it. It's a big play when they needed it the most. And even 30 yards.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun. This is Mostert. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Handoff here, up the middle, and he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. Look wide, get this one complete, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Gino to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass.
He's got his big tight end. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll take this up to the 30. A pickup of 5. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 17 yards, the gain there. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And if he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive, he's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Giants.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
Now, this looks like a design run, and that'll be a pickup of 3.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Slayton. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Gino. To the left side, it is caught by Myers.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd and 6. Smith next. And that is incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
The Raiders send their punt team out. Here comes a return, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that tip ball, I think, just saved a huge play because this offense found something. They had an open target with a lot of room to run, and unfortunately for them, the defender gets his hand on the ball, and that went away pretty quick.
Back to the air again on second and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They're all set to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. On the return is Tucker. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with first and 10. They'll drop to throw. To the right side, hauled in by Myers.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
Now, second and inches. Working out of the gun, Smith over the middle. That's the tight end, Bowers. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's first and 10. Now, Gino. Quick throw, taken in. It is 2nd and a yard. Back is Smith. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. As they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. Here's 1st down. Throwing is Smith. That's caught left side by Bowers. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Smith. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw, Smith. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to potentially send us to overtime. And he has missed this one. No good. And that may have just written a finish to this one.
And that could very well wind up being a critical miss. I mean, you got to be able to rely on your kickers at this stage of the game. But he can't come through. And this one stays a 3-point game.
The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a road win here for the Giants. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right, but they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.